It is said, man is a social animal, and we all experience the need to be understood by others, to understand others, to care for others, and be cared by others. When relationships are healthy and fulfilling, they are extremely satisfying. And when there's a discord in these relationships, it kind of robs life of all its happiness. We are going to study today how we can make relationships succeed. But before that, what makes them fail? The cultivation of healthy relationships is also a science that can be learned. So, the one thing that really disrupts relationships is not about the other person, it's about ourselves. Bad news, right? It takes away all the joy of finger pointing. And that one word is expectations. Expectations, they lay the foundation for frustrations. You expect the other person to be like this, to do like this, to think like this, to align with your thoughts. And when those expectations are not met, the consequence is frustrations. And these expectations of ours are often unrealistic, because life is not a fairy tale. Life is real. And we, growing up on fairy tales, make unrealistic expectations of others. Like, for example, one lady, when she was growing up, she always read about how this princess, she found a Prince Charming who came riding on a white horse and lifted her up and took her away. And after that, after marriage, they lived happily ever after. But that became her expectation, that my husband should be the Prince Charming with whom I should live happily ever after. But what she discovered was that she had not married the prince on the horse, she had married the horse. When the reality dawned upon her, it shattered her expectations, and then there was no end to the frustrations. So these expectations of ours, what are the kinds of expectations? First is, the other person should be perfect. Are you perfect? No, I've got my problems, but the other has to be perfect. And even if we make mistakes, we make excuses for ourselves. I made a mistake, next time I'll do better. But for the other person, we never make excuses that next time this person could do better. Should have done it perfectly right now. We are expecting perfection from the others, and that is leading to disappointments. The other is the expectation that this person should know my mind. The wife, it's her birthday today, and she has made out in her mind a plan that my husband will come, and after his office, he'll still be full of romantic emotions. So he will lovingly ask me out for a birthday dinner. Now, if the husband was a yogi, he could have read the mind, but he was not. So he didn't know what the wife had in the mind, and he offered a birthday gift but did not take her out for the birthday dinner, and that upset the wife, that why did he not read my mind? One husband and wife, at night, they started fighting. Do they fight? I don't know, I'm only guessing. They started fighting. And this day the fight turned pretty serious. So at midnight, the husband got extremely upset. He got out of his bed and said, "Enough is enough. No more. I cannot stay in this house tonight." So he walked out of the house. He went into his car, which was on the driveway, and he said, "I'll spend the night in the car on this driveway." He was fast asleep in a little while. And the wife kept on contemplating. And suddenly she had a change of heart. She just started remembering how much she loves her husband. So those emotions started gushing up. And she thought, let me do a goodwill gesture for him. She went to the fridge, got his favorite soda water bottle out, and went out into the driveway, saw him sleeping. She opened the door of the car and put the soda bottle there. That when my husband wakes up in the morning and sees what I have done with so much of love, he will also remember how much he loves me, and then we will live happily ever after. Now, if it was a fairy tale, that is exactly how it would have happened. But this was not a fairy tale. The husband woke up and he was still in a bad mood. He saw that soda bottle. He said, "Let me take my anger out on the bottle itself." So he opened the door, poured the soda on the ground and smashed the bottle. That annoyed the wife beyond control. And fuming with rage, she came to meet Swamiji and said, "Swamiji, you have got to hear me out." So I said, "Okay, I can give you a few minutes. No Ram Kathas." So she said, "I loved my husband so selflessly. Look what I did and look what he did." So I said, "Then what did you expect your husband to do?" What did you expect your husband to do? Because I was having these expectations. So if you analyze, we are always self-seeking. That is what is causing these problems. We always want others to understand us. But it's possible when we look at things from the other's viewpoint, we realize that they have also got a point. All these problems, like for example in marketing. In marketing, the salespeople, they will come and tell you, "I've got this product, it's so good, so good, so good, so good." But then marketing trainers will tell you that this is not the way to market. You see, what is the need of the other person? You find out and then say how your product is meeting that person's needs. So the principle of marketing is, if you wish to sell to John Smith what John Smith buys, then you have to learn to look at the world through John Smith's eyes. Learn to look at things from others' point of view. Seek to understand.